Good morning, Bravo fans. Happy day 2 of BravoCon 2025. Well, it looks like we made it through day 1. Not too much worse for wear. Of course, we are all a little tired and draggy. This morning is cloudy. Looks like it's misty, rainy out there. So if you're getting ready to head out, don't forget to grab a hat or an umbrella. It was a really good day 1. I'm going to give you a quick recap. And then at the end of the podcast, I am going to give you today's phrase of the day. So for those of you who got bags and shirts and hats yesterday, congratulations. Thank you for your support of the podcast. I hope you will continue to support and enjoy the podcast for a long time to come. And for those of you who missed out, look for me today. I have more bags. All you need to do is follow me on Instagram and follow me on one of the platforms, streaming platforms, and show me that on your phone and I can give you a bag. And then I will be doing today's giveaway a little differently in that I will announce at a certain time of the day the first 5 or 10 or however many I choose people who DM me will win a piece of merch, and then I'll tell you where to meet me. It'll just be a little easier than trying to find me in a crowd, and we'll take it from there. So let's get started. What happened day 1? It was a big day, you guys. I started off by heading through the line, which was moving so fast that we were all laughing because we were getting dizzy going back and forth through the line because of how quickly it was moving. Shout out to the security. They're doing an amazing job. Thank you guys so much for keeping us safe. So as you're entering, they have the DJ booth set up outside, and Meredith Marks was spinning and doing her thing. It is in fact real, guys. So those of you who thought she was just joking, no, it's real. She's definitely a DJ. And in fact, she had another party that she played at last night. So what happened day 1? Well, the first panel of the day was the Peaks and Valleys panel, and it started off with a super preview of the Valley Persian style. So it's true, they're all coming back, and it actually looks pretty juicy. So I'm going to tune in and we'll see. Then they announced the Valley cast, and out came all of the beautiful people from the Valley. Noteworthy was Michelle's outfit. It got a lot of attention, and it looked like she's stepping outside of her maybe conservative shell and sexying it up a little. I don't know. Maybe it's because she's single. Maybe it's because it's BravoCon. Her big announcement was that she and Jesse are officially divorced, and it seems like they have figured out a little bit of a groove to co-parent. Danny and Nia were asked if they were going to have 5 under 5. And although Danny toyed with the idea and kidded around with us a little, they both kind of agreed that 4 is enough. Jason and Janet seem to be the odd couple out. No surprise there. I guess they're still going to have a villain role in season 3. And Jasmine, she's just so in love. She showed us her engagement ring. She kept shouting out her fiance, Melissa, who was sitting in the crowd. It was just really cute to watch. And she told us that they will be getting married. She did not say that the wedding would be on film, but we'll have to wait and see for that. Jesse was asked about his girlfriend, and he announced that she was coming to BravoCon, and she was expected to show up on Friday night. And when asked if he would be filming with her, he just gave us this coy little look, which Danny Pellegrino translated to mean yes. And so I think we're going to be able to see a little bit more of O.C. Lacey, who was very gun shy and camera shy last year, but not so much this time. Zach and Benji apparently are going to be the power couple of the season, or so we think. That's what they alluded to. Benji was there as well, and they both look great. Then they announced Lala and Schwartz, and they both walked out. They both look fabulous. Lala was wearing like one of those cat suits, and Schwartz looked very nice and very handsome and very happy. And the big announcement is that they are both back as full-time cast members of The Valley for season 3. Yay! So when asked, Tom says he does have a new girlfriend and that she is the love of his life. Later on Instagram, he kind of said he may have been a little bit boisterous with his choice of words, but he is very much in love. And his girlfriend, too, was showing up later on Friday night to join him at BravoCon. So maybe we'll see some spottings of her today. And then I went on to the Potomac panel. Now, there was a lot of speculation about how Dr. Wendy was going to handle it, if she would either even come, if she would speak on anything, if she would be remorseful, or if she would be righteous. Well, I'm not going to even have you guys guess because I'm sure you can. She was righteous, evasive, and very coy. Basically just, I can't talk about it, yada, yada, nothing surprising. But she instead took the approach of thanking all of her supporters. So if you guys are supporting Wendy, can you shoot me a DM? Because I've been talking to a lot of people out here and I have not yet come across one person who is supporting Wendy. So maybe I'm just not talking to the right people, but I think that, she's full of shit. She was just saying that for effect and to give us the perception that she is in control of the situation. A little later in the afternoon, we had Ask Andy with Jeff Lewis, and apparently we were supposed to be able to ask any questions. Here were the main takeaways. There was no plan for New York or New Jersey. There's no big announcement. And when the timing is right, Andy said there will be an announcement if and when the timing is ever right. So we squashed that rumor. There's going to be no big New York or New Jersey rumor over the weekend. Now we could all breathe. The big announcement was that Jeff Lewis's show, a new iteration of it, is coming back. And really, those were the two big takeaways from the Ask Andy. Other things of note, Teresa Giudice, my fave, announces that she and brother Joe met, and then so did the couples. They met separately and they've basically reconciled. And she says she's very happy to have her brother and she wants him and, the nieces and nephews in her life and yada, yada. I don't know how genuine it is or how much of this is just for purposes of getting her show back. I mean, we all know about the tax troubles and the extensive amount of money it costs to be Teresa and Louis. So I think that maybe the hoppers are running a little dry and she decided it's, better to, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. I don't know. Either way, I'm in no hurry to see New Jersey back. And if that's not a popular opinion, sorry guys. I do miss Dolo though. The highlight of the afternoon and the most packed panel was, of course, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And to start off, we got the most supersized preview I have ever seen. It was really funny. I was sitting on the end, so I got up to film the preview so that I could share it with you guys. And I didn't get my selfie stick, so I was just kind of holding my camera. And I had no idea the preview was going to be almost 20 minutes long. So there I am trying to hold my arms up to get this all on camera for you guys. And let's just say I'm taking my selfie stick today. But what are the big takeaways? Well, first of all, they all looked absolutely stunning. It appears to me Kathy Hilton was walked out on stage first. I think she's going to be a pretty big part of this season. And I thought it was really funny. She was asked about Kyle's romantic future, and she was very PC in her response, saying things like, I just want her to find someone who's kind and funny and can bring her happiness, being very, very careful to not allude to any sort of gender in her response. And the gal sitting next to me caught it too. I thought that was really funny. And then Sutton was asked about Avi. She said she had to let him go. She didn't elaborate on why. But then she was asked if she thought she was better off without Garcelle and about the whole Garcelle breakup. And she says that she tried time and time and again to get a hold of Garcelle, to talk to her because she really did see her as a friend. But she finally gave up. And then she goes on to tell us that at the end of the day, she thinks she's better off without Garcelle because it gave her the opportunity to know the others better. So a little bit of shade there to end things off, but that's no surprise coming from Sutton. And of course, Rachel Zoe brought the house down. I got a little bit on video because it was just like super loud. The girl is going to make a showing. Now, whether or not she comes across as mean girl or nice girl, well, we'll just have to wait and see. But I will be posting the super duper sized preview later on YouTube for you guys to watch. So you can deduce whatever you want to take from it. What happened last night? Well, we all woke up, if you weren't at the Bravos, which from what I understand, the tickets were anywhere from $500 and up to be seated inside of this humongous theater, which is basically like watching it on TV. So you weren't going to get any access to any of the Bravo Labs. None of that was going to happen. I opted out, and I'm not sad that I did, but we all woke up to the humongous, yet not super surprising announcement that the OC of the OG, Vicki Gunvalson, was handed back her orange by Andy Cohen last night at the Bravos and is officially back for season 20 of The Real Housewives of Orange County. Now, I don't know what you guys think, but I can tell you that there are a lot of mixed opinions on the last season of Orange County. I've been asking around here at BravoCon. Some people loved it. Some people thought it was horrible. So we're all just going to have to wait and see what happens in season 20. Is Gretchen coming back? Will they bring back Alexis Bellino? She sure is here in spades at BravoCon. The 2T's franchise is podcasting legitimately every 15 minutes and releasing little segments with the likes of Brittany Bateman and all the peoples, just to give us little tidbits of what's going on here at BravoCon. And I'm sure that they are doing that because they're going to make a killing by doing so. Anyway, earlier on one of the podcasts, I had said that I was really frustrated because I didn't understand what had happened between the relationship with Emily and Tamra, and it looked like it had fractured, and that perhaps the real squash the beef at BravoCon was going to be between these two. Well, last night, Emily and Tamra were spotted out at dinner together. So maybe I'm wrong, or maybe they're just trying to throw us off the scent. We'll just have to wait and see. And who did I run into in the wild? Well, my favorite find of the day was none other than Rachel Lindsay, ex-Bachelorette, even though I hate to refer to her in that capacity. She does Morally Corrupt. She is a fabulous woman podcaster. I took a moment to tell her how much I appreciate her, and she said she was there as a fan and not as a podcaster or as a moderator, but she is in fact moderating a panel today, Saturday, day 2 at BravoCon. And in other fabulous finds, I ran into Terry and Heather Dubrow at the Bravo Bazaar, and I got to see Countess Leanne doing looked like some sort of a promo for Garnier, and she looked fabulous. She had one of her cabaret shows last night at the House of Blues, and from what I understand, Carol Ratzenwell stopped by to show her support. I also just heard that Luann, the show started at 7 o'clock. I heard Luann did not get on stage until 8:30. So I was going to go to the show, and I'm kind of glad I opted out because that would have made for a really late night for me. And honestly, you guys, I walked over 6 miles yesterday. I was tired. All right, that's about it for day one. It was fabulous. Today promises to be really cool, just as exciting. Today we have panels with Love Hotel, Lisa Vanderpump herself. We have the Peaches of Atlanta, and we have the watch party with the new Vanderpump Rules. We also have Salt Lake City and Miami panels, so I'm really excited for those. Let's give you today's phrase of the day. So remember this phrase of the day, and when I tell you it's time on Instagram and on the podcast, the first however many people I announce at that point to find me or DM me and give me the phrase of the day will win Living on the Verge BravoCon merchandise. Here it is, guys. The phrase of the day is, let's whoop it up. Have a great day. We'll be out here at BravoCon, Living on the Verge.